Welcome to MarcusG.tv. I am Chef Marcus Giuliano. I'm a chef on a mission. Today's mission is nutrition. And I want to just do a little disclaimer before I go into this. You know, I own a restaurant. I serve meat. I have no problem tasting meat. It's part of my job. I grew up eating meat. I have no problem cooking meat. I really don't have a problem serving meat. But 10 years ago, I altered my diet to exclude meat. So you'll never see me sit down and eat a piece of meat. I'll never sit down and eat a burger, a steak, a piece of chicken. I was eating fish on a regular basis, well, on and off for the last 10, 12 years. I would eat fish. I'd go vegan, I'd go raw, I'd go back to fish. The last 8 months, I've been off of fish, like totally off of fish. I've never really done dairy in the last 12 years. So I come from a vast background of eating, and I would eat foie gras when I was a young chef growing up, and you know, all kinds of liver and all kinds of stuff like that. Just to alter my diet because I found out what worked best for me. This is about the paleo diet, okay? So there's a ton of people on the paleo diet and preaching the paleo diet. I want to reveal some things that people really don't think of when they think about paleo diet. This is the diet that supposedly our ancestors grew up on, okay? The ancestral diet. So it's supposed to be a diet where the hunter-gatherer type, you know, of our ancestors lived off of, which was, you know, being able to pick things with our hand, gather things, and be able to go out and hunt. So I'm just gonna read off here, so just so I have, you know, say the correct things here. You know, I don't want to misquote anybody or anything. So it's a period about 2.5 million years ago that ended 10,000 years ago. The diet consists mainly of fish, grass-fed pastured meats, vegetables, fruit, fungi, roots, and nuts, and excludes grains, legumes, dairy products, salt, refined sugar, and processed oils. Now, first of all, I have to say, if you do any diet out there and you're going to eliminate grains, dairy products, refined salt, refined sugar, and processed oils, you're going to have an incredible health transformation. Because that's all junk food. Salt, sugar, extra processed oils, that's all junk food. Okay, I know the Mediterranean diet calls for extra virgin olive oil. That's something different. We're talking about highly processed oils. So olive oil is not really processed, it's just pressed olives. But you're talking about like soybean oil, cottonseed oil, stuff like that, trans fats, all that kind of stuff. No dairy products, so that's really cool. So I see, here's where people like really go array with this. They go, you know, oh, the paleo diet, I can eat a steak every single meal. I can eat meat every single meal. And they start like overloading on all this beef, which typically isn't grass-fed, because it's hard to find grass-fed beef. The average person just can't go out to the store and buy grass-fed beef. You have to go to a farmer's market, you have to know a farmer, you have to have a good, you know, good connection, you have to have a health food store that sells grass-fed meat. And most people don't want to eat grass-fed meat because it tastes too gamey and it's too tough. So they veer off the grass-fed meat, and I'm doing the paleo diet on corn-fed beef, and I gotta eat beef every meal, and I gotta eat, you know, 20-ounce steak today, and I'm working out, and look at me, and totally taking it to the wrong context. Okay, if you can think of our ancestors, and when they were out there, they were hunting, but how often did they actually get meat? They might have gotten leftovers from a lion, they might have gotten, you know, dead stuff that was out there, but to go out and like actually hunt, you know, it's easier to go use our hands and pick fruits and veggies and do all that kind of stuff. That's what our bodies were designed for. Now, if you look at our intestines are super long and curvy, okay? That helps us break down. That's specifically designed for digesting vegetarian foods, okay? When you look at us versus, you know, our closest ancestors, our closest relatives in the primate world, stuff like that, our intestines are the same. Our intestines were designed to process, break down vegetables, greenage, roughage, not meats. When you look at animals that are carnivores, they have very short and straight digestive tracts to get the meat actually in and out of their system, because the meat has a lot of bacteria. The lifespan back here wasn't long. Maybe it was even mid-20s, maybe the mid-teens in the paleo, because we suffered from a lot of infections. So when we were able to get meat, when we were able to get roadkill or leftover stuff that was out there, it's prone to bacteria. A lot of bacterial infections, and our bodies are not designed to fight it off like a lion or like carnivores out in there. But here's the point that I'm really getting at. We gathered, okay? We're hunter-gatherers, okay? We sort of gathered and hunted bugs, crickets, all these kind of things. Cockroaches, worms, larvae. I mean, I mean, we were gatherers, we were hunters, we were foragers. We ate whatever we could. So to kill an animal was far few in between. But to be able to go out and grab some maggots, to be able to and cook them up, to be able to go out and get some crickets and some worms, that was like an everyday thing, because that was right there, right in front of us. So if you're going to do the paleo diet, and you're going to be gung-ho paleo diet, you better start including all those bugs and larvae and all that kind of stuff into your diet, because that's what our ancestors did. It's exactly what they did. So, and of course, there's a lot of societies around the world that still do this. You're going through Asia and through Africa, these people eat bugs, they eat crickets, they eat cockroaches, they eat grasshoppers. That's part of their diet. You're doing a paleo version of a diet right there. That's the paleo diet. So if you're gung-ho paleo, get on your hands and knees, get out there and start looking for bugs and everything that you can get your hands on, and really do what our ancestors did. You know, if you want to do that, if you want to be gung-ho paleo, get on your hands and knees and get out there and start flipping over rocks and digging through crap and getting out there in the yard and doing it. You'll find it. You'll be true paleo then. That's the secrets of the paleo diet revealed right there, you know. So, and enjoy that piece of meat once a week like our ancestors did when they went out and hunted, or there was something left over, you know. And then, you know, keep using your hands. Your hands were designed to grab fruits and veggies, you know. It's easier to go out and forage stuff that's sitting there growing as a plant form rather than chasing stuff around. So, you know, that's what our hands are for. That's what, you know, designed to eat. So, paleo diet secrets revealed. Get your crickets in your diet. Get your grasshoppers in your diet. Load up on that kind of stuff. It's what our ancestors did. And it's what you should do too if you're gung-ho paleo.